Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, the chief content producer and writer of jakestake.com, a pop culture and entertainment news website. Today, I'm so thrilled to welcome two incredible people that have been on reality television, and they are staples. They started off at Big Brother 20, they fell in love, and their love story blossomed, and on the final episode, they proposed. And then now they're kicking butt on the challenge. Please welcome Bayleigh Dayton and Swaggy C Williams.
Woo! Yep, we are here, man.
It's a privilege to talk to you guys.
It's a privilege to be here, man. I definitely appreciate you inviting us on the show.
You're so welcome. So let's get this started. So it has been 2 years since the two of you appeared on Big Brother 20. So how did that experience help you grow as people?
For me, I feel like I went on Big Brother as a little kid. Like, I went on as a 23-year-old, my first TV show. I was just coming, from the hood at that point, so I was just a little bit, extra cocky, didn't really know how to act on TV for the first time. And then coming off of Big Brother, you get thrown into this reality world where, like, the little bit of fame that comes upon you and, like, the sponsorships and the traveling and stuff. And then, obviously, being engaged. Doing that for 2 years, it helped me grow to be more mature. I wasn't the same person that I was when I was 23 years old or acting reckless, and helped me be a better person, honestly.
For me, honestly, it just taught me not to care so much about what people think of you. I struggled a lot when I got off of Big Brother and kind of the social media trolls and the people being mean, and it really hurt my confidence. But now I'm just kind of feeling a lot better about myself and learning to just love myself regardless.
Awesome. So one of the most talked about moments of the Big Brother 20 finale was your proposal. Swaggy, how long did it take to organize that proposal? And Bayleigh, what was going through your mind when he proposed?
Yeah, I didn't believe it. I had no idea he was proposing, not even a clue. So whenever he was coming closer to me, I was like, oh my God, please sit down. What are you doing? This is so awkward. And then when he got on his knee, I was like, shut up. So complete surprise. But yeah.
Yeah, for me, it didn't take a lot of planning. I actually only planned it maybe 3 or 4 days beforehand. Now, me and her mom was going back and forth for the idea for a good 2 months after my eviction. But when I sealed the deal, I'm 100% doing that. That was probably 3 days before the finale. I texted the CBS producers and hey, I want to do this, and they literally freaked out. Shut up, are you serious? You have to let us know right now, if you're serious, and we'll change some things around so you can make it happen. But you can't go back and forth, be iffy, because that obviously affects finale night. Told them I was dead serious. They said, great, we got you. And then that day we did a little walkthrough, and I kind of practiced, with the producers, and then the rest is history, I guess.
Awesome. So last year, you two visited the cast twice. Once in a video to promote Love Island with Brett and Winston, and then hosted the BBFlix Chill HOH competition. So what did it mean to you, for both of you guys, to return, to have the opportunity twice? Because not a lot of house guests have that opportunity to do that.
That's a great point. Honestly, for us, we kind of just wanted to be involved, and we loved the way that we were treated by CBS. We grew really close to them during this process, and obviously I went through something with them, and Chris went through major lifestyle things. So whenever they called us, we just were willing and ready to go, just because they gave us the platform and the opportunity. So we were just happy. It wasn't, when we thought about it, we just felt really lucky that they wanted us to come back.
Yeah, we felt really lucky, like Bayleigh said, because we got asked twice, to go to Fiji and do the veto thing,
Fiji
and
was
then
crazy.
and then come near the end where it's Final Five and host in person, and nobody from the season got to do both. You know what I mean? So we just felt really special and appreciative.
Awesome. So now we all know you've been out of the house for almost 2 years. And what is some of the challenges that you guys have been faced being part of the reality television community, and how have you two overcome those obstacles?
Bayleigh and I actually just talked about this today. People, hate a lot. And since we're on reality TV, a lot of fans aren't as appreciative, and they're more, intervening in our lives. They feel like they're entitled to know everything. So when we want to keep some things private, they obviously want to intervene. And obviously we talk about the show. They're very specific on what happened, what didn't happen. They try to tell us about our own show and what happened. It's you were not there. Stop trying to tell me what goes on. Or if I have a disagreement with somebody on the show, they keep that as a grudge for 5 years when me and that person are straight. And they constantly hate, me and Bayleigh's relationship for a reason we don't really know. So, that is, for me, it's been the biggest difficulty, which is trying to navigate through people, hating for no reason.
What was the question on social? Was it social media?
Just in general, like what are the obstacles of reality
the
TV?
Obstacles we had to face.
Yeah.
Oh, it's reality TV is hard. Just because, let me say this, people have different sides to them. So my reality TV character is not the same as my everyday character. It's not the same as when I'm at home with my family. So people just assume that you're the same all around and say you're yelling, which obviously you guys know I do sometimes on reality TV. They assume that you're like always yelling in person, and it's not that way at all. So I just would rather people not make assumptions and get to know me as a person, rather than judging me straight off of a TV show.
Yeah.
I have to agree, and I'm very proud of you guys on the way you've handled yourself on social media, because I've seen a lot of back and forths with people.
I appreciate it, bro.
Thank you.
Took some time.
Alrighty, guys, before we go any further, I forgot to do this at the top of the show. The Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast is not affiliated with with Viacom CBS, Big Brother, or The Challenge. So let's get back to the challenge. So you two made your debuts this season, and why did you decide to come and compete on the challenge?
It was just a new opportunity for us to, reprove ourselves with reality TV in general. It's just, like I said, a new experience that we've never really done or been a part of before. Like, we got the call as we were moving to Los Angeles, and it was just like, wow, like, we just moved to LA, and we just got a call to say that we want us on a challenge. And for us, it was like, okay, it's an easy decision to go on because it's a new show, new experience. We've been off of TV for the last year, and our CBS contract just ended. So it's a matter of, why not take this opportunity and just experience something new?
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, guys. That's pretty cool. So when you guys were confirmed and when the rest of the cast list stood out, what went through your minds when you saw you were competing against Bananas and then for Bayleigh, a fellow Kansas City our fellow Kansas City West, and then you also see Jay Starrett. You also see two of your other Big Brother players, Fessy and Casey. And besides them, what other cast members stood out to you the most?
So we didn't get to see a cast list because we were already underway for filming. So we didn't know who was going to be there until we literally got there to the airport and we saw everybody. But when we did see everybody, I don't know if I was surprised. I was more just kind of like sizing everybody up. Like, I love Wes because he is from Kansas City, and we had met Wes previous to the show. Obviously, it was good to see all of my Big Brother people, but we just don't know how people play the game. So we were just kind of watching everybody to see, okay, we get along in the real world, but will we get along in the challenge world?
Mm-hmm.
And how is that line? There's the thin line because there's a huge thin line. What I've noticed because of watching like Survivor and Big Brother, there's a huge thin line between real world friendships and show friendships. And we've seen that. Like, I remember watching Survivor earlier, All Stars. We saw that when Boston Rob burned Lex and Kathy. It really took years for I found this out recently. It took years for Boston Rob and Lex to patch things up. Were you worried that this was going to happen?
Not so much worried, but it's definitely a possibility because, everybody is at some form of level friends with somebody else on the cast. The problem is everybody is competing for $1 million or $500,000, depending on what the actual prize earnings are. And even though people are friends, nobody cares about you unless like you're their number one. And even then, they don't really care about you. Like, with me and Bayleigh, we know we're set for life. Jordan and Tori's set for life. You know what I mean? In a sense where it's like we're partners. But, like, I've seen people who were, like, number ones and then did not care and threw their name in the fire because $1 million is on the line. So, real world, like, balancing the real world with the game, it's hard. And it's also hard to not take things personal because it's like, I know you in the real world. We're cool in the real world. And then you backstab me on the show, or you don't have any care for my safety on the show. It definitely puts a little bit of a hinge on the friendship.
And that's what we saw with Ashley when she left. She called out Wes for working with Bananas.
Yeah. So there's a thing that kind of goes around in the reality industry where people like don't take things personally because it's a show, but it's so hard not to take things personally because it's still your real life. Like, we're living this real life, and regardless of, okay, this is TV, but it's part of my year is spent here with these people that I am, supposed to be trusting. So it's hard when people you feel like you should be able to trust kind of, go against you.
Alrighty, so I get that. So you guys are on fire. I had like 3 out of 5 wins, and that's incredible.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it.
Let's start with Airdrop Extraction, Swaggy. It was your first win, and that must have been insane getting all these perfect 9 out of 9.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, for me, it felt good because, like I said, the first challenge, I got out in the first round because I wasn't pulling the barrel, hard enough, so people didn't really see the competitor that I was. And the second one, even though it wasn't a male elimination, like, keeping Bayleigh's safety is just as important as keeping my own safety because obviously that's my wife. So, winning that for her, it felt more amazing than obviously, if I would have won the first one because I obviously, made sure she was safe. So getting 9 out of 9, I couldn't have expected that. But what's funny is, as we were going in the helicopter, Kyle, kind of funny, was like 7 out of 9, beat that. So we kind of knew what their number was, 7 out of 9, and we knew if we messed up twice, it would be a tie game basically. So we didn't want that.
Alrighty, Bayleigh, you and CT won Decode and Detonate. That was probably the most coolest challenge I've ever seen.
I liked blowing the car up. Like, that was really cool because you're running, you're trying to remember stuff, and then at the end, when you do finish the puzzle, I forgot. Like, oh my god, I get to go blow up this huge tank. So it was really fun.
Alrighty, so let's talk about last Wednesday, Bomb Squad. Swaggy, it's definitely your second win, and you were teamed up with Jenny, Josh, and Casey.
Yeah.
So what was that like?
For me, it was kind of random and regular. Like I said, the teams are random, but for me, it really didn't matter who was on my team. I felt like whoever was on my team, and we allocated the positions correctly, we would have won the tribunal because I knew, like, I do math at such a quick rate that I felt like nobody could be able to keep up. So as long as I had somebody, whether it's Josh or Jenny or Bananas or Wes, somebody to do the running and somebody who can visually see the numbers, I felt like my team was going to win because the math was the hardest part.
Awesome. So you guys have been part of combined 3 out of 5 tribunals, which is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with the biggest one of them all, which was episode 2. Hold on a second, guys. I'm trying to get my episodes right. Episode 3.
3, yeah.
Where you two shared the tribunal with CT. And we all knew that we all knew what was going on where Jay defeated him, where he walked down, played Jay against Purgatory Gate, take shelter, and Jay defeated him. Hypothetically, if CT chose not to go down there and face Jay, your options were Bear, Nelson, and Rogan. So who would you have chosen and why?
Nelson.
Nelson, 100%.
We were having a scuffle with Nelson at the time, and so Nelson had said he wanted the opportunity to go down, but we also had faith in Jay that Jay would not be the easy competitor that I already thought he was. Yeah. So we were going to give Nelson his way, but also get our way because we believed that Jay would have sent him home.
Awesome. And speaking of Jay, we got to talk about last Wednesday. Twitter was on fire. Instagram was on fire when they saw Rogan tackle Jay during their purgatory round. And a lot of people call that move classless.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely, like I said, agree that Rogan took it too far. Like I said, when you're in that bunker and a lot of things are going on and, like, he feels like he was disrespected with Jay kissing his girl, then sending CT home, and he had just won a final with CT the year before. He had some personal vendetta against Jay. But I agree with everybody on Twitter that he took it a lot, like, further than it should have. And he knows that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you watch it back in time, if you talk to Rogan now, he knows that he took it too far and that, Jay's cool and he shouldn't have done that. But I definitely agree.
This season is going to be, it looks like it is probably the most craziest season I've ever seen of the challenge. And do you have any teasers?
All I can literally say is that you're going to be seeing a lot more of Swaggy and I on the screen, and that this is kind of a record-breaking season for rookies.
I'm glad to hear it because I'm going to tell you guys the truth. You two plus Jay are my 3 favorite rookies this season.
I appreciate it, man. Jay's our boy. We love Jay.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so both of you have reacted to Challenge Mania on the Swaggy Gang's YouTube channel. So what have been your fans' reaction to your recaps?
They actually really like them.
Yeah, they really like them because we're coming from a point where it's really objective and we try to see both sides. We're not coming from us being purely biased and throwing hate one way and then love another way. Like, we're trying to see both sides and be completely fair to everybody in every situation, even ourselves, and just try to give a real, raw, authentic, recap.
That's pretty cool, and I think you guys, I've been watching some of your videos. You guys do a wonderful job.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
Alrighty, so we're going to stay on the subject of social media. So what have been some of your favorite channels, and why do they stand out?
Channels like YouTube related or Twitter handles?
Yeah,
no.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I was like, no. So Swaggy likes Twitter, right? Go ahead.
I tweet here and there. I guess Instagram is probably my favorite.
YouTube too.
Oh, YouTube is my. That's hard
Yeah.
then. Yeah, YouTube and Instagram are definitely my two favorites.
Yeah, I'm an Instagram girl. Twitter makes me nervous. It gives me major anxiety, and I'm working on revamping my YouTube right now. So Instagram is my number one, but I hope to be a YouTube girl very soon.
Yeah.
And I believe you guys are going to conquer it.
Appreciate it, my man.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so Swaggy, recently you launched the Swag Academy. Can you describe it to my listeners, and your humble opinion, why should they enroll?
Yeah, so the Swag Academy is an online e-learning course where they're able to learn how to day trade in the currency market, the cryptocurrency market, and the stock market, and also trade stock indices. And I kind of, have been trading in the market for the last 5 to 6 years, and I thought it was time to at least put everything into one big website where people can sit down and learn, because people have been asking me for years, how do they trade, and how do I trade so well? Because I would always post my charts on social media and I'm making money or losing money. So I decided it was time to make one big course, and it's actually been doing very well over the last 2 months. I've been overwhelmed with the amount of support and people enrolling in it. And I feel like if somebody is interested in learning how to work wherever they are, and they legitimately, are not looking to like get rich next month, but eventually, learn how to be an investor and a day trader and have an extra income on top of what they really love to do, I think this is the perfect platform to enroll in, because it's like a self-paced course that you watch videos, you take quizzes, you read books, you know what I'm saying? Like you read the written content, you have access to me, and you learn this thing over the course of months, and then by the time it hits a year, you look up, you have an extra income on top of your regular 9-to-5 if you have one, or this could be your full-time income if you don't really have a job or like your job.
Awesome. So there's been this feeling earlier this year that a lot of fans have been rumbling for, and especially last year as well, of having a Big Brother All-Star 2 season following the success of Survivor Winners at War. If CBS invited you to come back to the series and compete, would you both go on there, or would you guys wait for the challenge?
That's a very good question that I really don't know how to answer, because if I'm being honest, I'd never watched the challenge before going on the show, and Big Brother has been like my favorite show since I was like 8 years old. The issue is I feel like I would do a lot better on the challenge than Big Brother, because the challenge, you're in control of your own fate. You have to actually physically lose to go home, as opposed to Big Brother, where you can feel on top one week, and the next week your best friend can backdoor you, and you have nothing you can do at that point. They can lock their door in the HOH room, and you can't even talk to them or have a human being conversation. And that aspect may outweigh, the cons of going back to the challenge, which aren't too many cons, but that's a decision I got to make if like both offers are on the table. But I'm not entirely too sure yet. What about you, babe?
Honestly, I would say yes to both, because I would just hope that they wouldn't interact, because my character on Big Brother and my character on the challenge are two different people, and I feel like I would love to master playing like all the games. I think it's fun.
Alrighty, second to last question. Why should my listeners watch the Challenge Total Madness?
The Challenge Total Madness is the craziest, season the Challenge has ever had. From what I've been told, I experienced it, firsthand. We're living in a bunker in -5 degree weather. There's no sunlight. There's no bathrooms. And you have 28 reality TV stars who are in the same house living on top of each other. It's a crazy environment. It's a crazy TV show to watch. There's a lot of explosions. Like the drama, in the shows will literally have you stuck to the screen, as opposed to, watching a regular TV show or even Netflix in general. Like, it's on that same level. So I think they'll get a lot of enjoyment in watching our season in full.
Yeah, I literally just can't believe I even lived it. Total Madness is exactly what it sounds like. Total madness. And it's just one of those shows that you just have to watch.
Alrighty, guys. Where can my listeners find you on social media?
On Twitter and Instagram, I'm at Swaggy C TV, and on YouTube, I'm at the Swag Academy, and my website is theswagacademy.com.
I am Bayleigh with 2 Y's on Instagram and on Twitter, and on YouTube, I'm Bayleigh Daily.
Awesome. Guys, you can check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. You can also check out interviews and other stories on jakestake.com, JAKES-take.com. And you can also download the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast on both Spreaker and Apple Podcasts. Swaggy, Bayleigh, it is such a pleasure to talk with you, and I hope to do this again soon.
My man, I appreciate it, man. Anytime.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah, that's it. And have a great day, guys. Bye.
Bye, bro.